One. Ah! Ah! We're here. We did it.
Oh.
We made it, guys.
Oh,
We've come screaming into this reality.
Did we?
it's how I came in here the first time. It's how I'll leave.
Yes, that's true. At least I think so. For most of us, I think we all came into this world screaming, kicking and screaming.
Actually, I learned I did not scream when I was born, which was haunting to my family.
Seems
I
familiar.
just came out breathing and calm.
Which was unlike the rest of your life.
I know. I was saving it.
No, perfect little baby angel fetuses. Yes, exactly. She just came out like this. I'm here, mother.
My grandmother phrased it as, "You came out curious and judgmental," and I said, "And nothing's changed."
Beautiful.
And I said, "Damn right, Mima."
That is beautiful. All right. Beautiful. Welcome
Mima.
to Mima's great.
Mima.
Praise the mother. Praise the Mima.
Praise the mother.
Mima.
Praise the mother's mother. Or praise
my
my
gosh.
father's mother.
We're gonna have to clip that and then send it to my mother. Just all of us. Oh my gosh. Praise the mother. Thank you, Joker.
Joker.
Is this the mother?
Is this? Yeah. Is this? All right. We are ready to roll. Thank you. It's been a while. I feel like it's been a while. It's been 2 weeks, but it feels like longer. A lot of stuff happening, but here we are. We're gonna get into tonight's episode real quick. Tomorrow night we will be here. Again, well, not us here, but we will be live again on Knights of Silver Moon, as we'll do our once a month Star Wars game, our Star Wars 5e, with our friends from over at Top Down Tabletop, Marquee Gaming, and here, because Martell is from here. And yeah, so looking forward to that. And then we'll be back again next week to our regular schedule-ish. So, looking forward to all sorts of fun and excitement. As always, we have our illustrious players here to my right/left/ over this direction. I'm just going to point now. We have Esh. Blink twice if you need help, Esh.
1, 2.
He needs
You
help.
can't blink.
He needs help.
can't
Help him.
blink for the
Oh, there was
rest
a
of the
third.
game
There was a
now.
third.
My name is Hunter. I have done things on the internet.
Oh?
I play Esh, who is a wizard, a teacher, a confidant.
And a bad bitch.
Yeah. Super jacked. You know what? I never really take up a lot of time with my introductions. I feel like now's the time. Let's have like a couple
Go
minutes
off.
for me.
Go off.
Do it.
Hop off, queen.
I got nothing.
Slay.
Over to Esh's that direction. We have Ezra.
Hi.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. It's me. Chris Guy, Ezra. Everyone's favorite monk in this specific game only.
Yeah, fair enough. Down below Ezra, we have Orin, which is a big mystery.
I'm Sonder. I look different now.
Oh no.
Times have been hard these last 2 weeks, and my voice is raised, my hair has gone. I'm no longer a ghost in a car, so rough times.
I mean,
That's
You're
what
in
San
the
Antonio
game,
does.
My voice is raised, my hair is gone. It's such a crazy line.
That feels like we're in a reality show full of Victorian ghosts, and this is the cut to camera.
I love what we do in the shadows.
I am Joom. I have not been here in years. Years. And I'm playing the new guy.
Yeah. A lovely new guy. We'll get to him here presently. And then over here in this corner, not really that important, it's just Dimitri. Our lovely resident Galil, our resident Well, no, not resident Harlot, because Harlot would be Kindred. You're just more of a floozy. The
Oh,
resident
wow.
floozy.
Did you just
I was gonna say
insult
that.
this
Just
person
got
and
home
then
from work.
downgrade the insult?
Is that
I was
more
gonna say-
insulting or less insulting?
It's funny because I was gonna say the skin showing floozy, but then I realized that Ezra's tank top is technically thinner than Dimitri's tank top, and therefore my point went out the window.
I'm so glad that I changed shirts.
I also
Left.
changed shirts. I was wearing a t-shirt before I logged on, but I
Put
realized
on
that
more
wasn't
clothes.
slutty enough for camera, so...
I mean, I just got out of the shower, so
There you
I
go.
just love the like subtext of like, you're not good enough for harlot. Like, what a thing to say.
You bathe, you slut!
All right. Wow. Yeah, I know.
If we
Brutal.
kill the DM in the first 15 minutes, do we all get to go home?
Yes. Yes,
It's
we
like
do.
school?
Those are school rules.
Yeah.
wow.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I think that about covers it for our lovely peoples. Let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode. We'll do the nice little short intro. And here we go. Hooah! Oh.
There are worse things to be known as.
I mean,
This is true. This is
He-
true.
He's a gem.
he is.
The best
Is
little
he?
gem.
Yes, I
Best.
keep him in a pendant around my neck, but I'll never let you see it.
Beautiful. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, this is wild. So, last we left off, our part of our crew had just finished up events in Hamburg, Germany, on March, I think it was March 7th of 1805. A mystery had occurred, a kidnapping, and some murders. Not necessarily in that order. Where a
Is it a kidnapping if they're dead?
well, there were murders after the kidnapping. Anyway, anyhow, a student of the fold had been kidnapped along with apparently a young Orphic as well by mysterious beings / forces / organizations that had revealed themselves here in Germany. A group known as the Redcoats, or no, not known as, but named, colloquially named Redcoats, as they had shown to have certain talents to control the very blood within Orphic bodies. And apparently were hunting down those with Orphic nature across the world, as they had also had taken a young man from Kansas and a woman from Britain. Dimitri and his younger brother Alaric had been living their best life, their best orphan life, there in Oldenburg until these tragic events had seen their lives upheavaled. One of the council members of the Fold had told Dimitri that his younger brother, as well as the others, were of a bloodline or had talents that went far deeper than they could have imagined, and that they had the opportunity to get some answers if they so wished. Esh had had suggested that Ezra's training be sped up, as they had proven to be more than capable of handling themselves. And so we kind of are going to dive into a little bit of a time jump as we are going to move forward 2 years in the timeline. So this is going to be part down. I just bit my tongue. Part downtime, where you guys can kind of choose some things you're wanting to focus on, or if you're wanting to do certain things or investigate certain things. We'll cover certain events in this timeline as well that will kind of be little points of interest. You guys returned to the Priory there in the Black Forest, where Dio and a few other members of the council basically perform a couple of interviews with Esh and Ezra. It's going to be Astra, Dio, and a man by the name of Eric's, who will interview you two and kind of try and get as much as they can, whatever information they can from you guys, from your experience. Granted, we're not going to have to go into all of this detail because you have already done so. But their questions are basically going to be the same that Dio asked. So a lot of it is just repeating the same stuff, what you experienced, what you saw, telling, asking of you more about these redcoats and what they did, what they could do, what they might represent.
Aaron?
Yes.
Can I add something immediately?
Sure.
In these interviews,
Mhm.
that I don't think we're going to go into,
Right.
but I want to mention what Esh does
Okay.
during his interview. I think he's almost eerily consistent. But he uses his telepathic ability, essentially detect thoughts. I'm not going to dig deeper, but I'm going to try to incite. I don't want to say that word because it's a skill thing, but I'm trying to get the surface level emotional response to however many times I have to repeat the story. And if I notice anything that is lacking in like neutral professionalism, I think I'm going to stop and call it out. Of like,
And this
you know,
is
like you are the council.
Directed at the council. Okay.
Yeah, like there is no room for anything anybody can glean. If I can do it, other people are able to.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll just make a note of that. For sure. During these interviews, they all stay relatively very calm, and I will say that even in that surface level, they all have a wall there that does not allow you to read into their surface level thoughts. Also, something that you would kind of expect from high level individuals.
I think it's not one of those things that he rarely accepts. If I'm gonna like get into it, I think there might be some times that he actually tries to push, and he will talk again, very consistently.
Yeah.
But they'll probably notice his like nose bleeding kind of thing. Like
Okay, so
he's
you're very
like he's trying, and
Right.
I don't think this is a new thing necessarily.
Mhm.
It's what kind of makes him very effective, but it is a little, shocking to someone who isn't ready for it, which I think they all are.
Right.
But I think it's worth noting for his character.
Okay. Easy peasy. Okay. They listen to your testimony, as it were, with interest, and then, basically, it is decided that they are going to send a few other more seasoned veterans when it comes to not espionage in particular, but like scouting and researching to try and see if there were by any chance anything that you had missed, covering not just Hamburg but the forest to the south and Oldenburg as well, trying to get the whole scope of whatever is in that area, trying to conduct as many interviews as possible, trying to get as many answers as they can. And that in itself will take a few months for them to fully cover and canvass that area. In this time, Dimitri and Alaric, you are brought into the Black Forest Priory, and there are people that can help you try and find your family. You speak with where is the same Orclus Dominic. He is one of the head of the seers here in the Black Forest. He and the others to basically take in whatever information that you can provide from descriptions from your mothers, descriptions from your missing siblings as well. You find what time you can to kind of just recuperate and relax as much as you can with your brother there. Your brother is, I will say, very inquisitive when it comes to everything about the Fold. He wants to know. He wants to meet everyone. Having grown up in a small orphanage in a town that you didn't really you ventured into, but it's not like you knew everybody in the town, I would imagine. This is a community that is much like a large household. It's just that there are hundreds, maybe even close to over 1,000 people in this place, and they're not just human. Here you see very few. There's a few elves, individuals with pointed ears. You see here amongst them a few halflings as well. So even a family or two of gnomes. This fold is not just a secret base. It is also a refuge for those who would be persecuted and hunted by the humans and mortals of the world outside. You know this as well as from the stories that the three of your mothers have told you before about how important it is that you guys stay hidden and safe, right? You see that here, that people, as dramatic as the music is right now, that people feel safe. Apparently not, but for the most part, they feel safe. We'll go with this one. This is fine. It takes a couple of days, but it would seem that your mothers and siblings cannot be found. Dominic says that it is not uncommon sometimes for people to, especially those who are maybe more knowledgeable about certain things, to be able to hide themselves from scrying. It doesn't take too much, he says, but most people don't know how. So the fact that they would know how to keep themselves from being found kind of speaks to their ability, kind of speaks to maybe a little bit of their past and who they are. You do notice that as you mentioned, Crone family, there is a level of curiosity to the different reactions that you get to that name. You can roll an insight check if you want to dive deeper into that, or if you just kind of want to make a note of that, you can do that as well.
I'm rolling.
Okay.
Just straight roll.
Hurry.
4.
4. Beautiful.
I think he knows.
I think he figured it out. I would say that just you get that they do seem to have a reaction, but it's just so varied sometimes. It's not like there's any one particular thing, but you do notice that there is a recognizing, I guess, of that name to a certain degree. Whether it's good or bad, you don't know, but they're just like, okay. At one point, I have a couple of like little key moments, and then we'll like focus in on some if you want. Alaric does talk to you, Dimitri, about wanting to join this fold, this group. Do you want to have that? Do you want to kind of look a little more into that, or just kind of gloss over it?
Gloss over for now.
Okay. So basically he goes on to saying that like he wants to join, he wants to be a knight. It was kind of the same things that he had mentioned before when, after learning of Solomon's passing. Of note, during this conversation, you being in the fold, in the Priory of the Black Forest, he finds that cat. Even though it had kind of followed you somewhat in your travels, but it's as he's having this conversation with you that this big, fluffy black cat jumps up onto his lap and just kind of like ruffles itself under his chin as he's talking. And he's like not really paying any attention, just kind of doing the casual pets. And then the cat goes over to you and sits by your side and just kind of does the head nudge onto your arm as the both of you are continuing to have this conversation. What would be your basic response to his wanting to start this training?
That we are just gonna do this together and push ourselves. But if we feel like if we want to walk away, we do it together then.
I don't think I want to walk away.
Just remember, it's always an option.
I'm going to sign up then. And he goes and does so.
First day, he breaks his neck.
Wow. Do you sign up to join at the same time, or do you wait?
I joined at the same time.
Join at the same time? Okay. When you go and talk to Oraclist Suero, a very serious woman and who works in. She kind of has like Latina mom energy, so she's very,
Oh,
but
wow.
she's very like very
The
serious,
chancla.
the kind of the chancla, but also has a little bit of. She cares a lot for those that are coming into the fold, and she wants to make sure that they're placed accordingly and that they're doing so because they want to. This is a point where for this, we'll say it's been like a couple weeks since you guys have all returned to the Black Forest. You and Alaric are going to be sent to the Priory in Crete. And we'll have to, be, for the moment, say goodbye to Esh and Ezra. Be separated for a little while. Do either of you guys want to focus in on this moment, or do you continue on? Is there anything that you want to say?
I say just continue on, but I'll always have a piece of them because I have the thing jammed into my head now.
Yeah, that's yours forever now. That was a gift.
We can continue on. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gave him a firm pat on the back.
Good job! Poof, and he goes
Basically.
flying across the courtyard.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's how I send him to his classroom. Wait,
You do the Looney Tune. No, not even. Team Rocket. You just.
Yeah.
Ah.
I absolutely send him.
Mhm.
First class shipping.
Oh god.
Yep. Beautiful. Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep this out just in case I need it.
Give him that Amazon Prime treatment.
Oh no. Where was the paper I just had? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. The next part would be more investigations that continue over the course of the next few months. Senna starts his work with the local alchemists, trying to see what they can deduce from some of the things he's collected. Those blood samples, I believe.
Yeah, we're starting like a blood directory.
It is discovered because I think trying to remember the blood that he was in the blood, and it was that, and you said there was some hair and stuff that you had.
Blood and hair.
Was that from the underground, right? Under
Correct, from the beds.
Lord Deccan's place. Oh, in the beds. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The beds and the cells. That's right. Okay.
And you said something to the effect of, just to remind you, I spent a long time collecting the hairs, like the beds have been used, many, many, many times over. So, which meant, more people to potentially find.
We'll say that this scrying on trying to find information on lasts for about 4 or 5 months. None of the individuals scryed on appear. In fact, the only ones that seem to have any sort of connection are, oh my gosh, what was her name?
Is it the woman that we found?
Yep.
Sasha.
Sasha and Tavin. I was trying to remember her name, yes. So Tavin and Sasha are the two samples that survived. The other ones don't even register. It's not and it's kind of like, it's hard to say if it is one of those things where they are dead or they are being shielded. But there is no purchase that is like...
Can you scry on someone who's dead? Like
No.
you would know that they were dead?
No.
Interesting.
¿Por qué no los dos?
Okay.
No.
Is it a different feeling if someone is dead or it is being shielded?
No. These are the same feeling. It just is not connecting.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean, I mean, there's still the field of genetics, while has not yet been invented yet, you know, there's still probably a little bit of like determining, at the very least, you are able to determine that all of those that were taken or had Orphic blood or had the Orphic gene, if you want to call it, or the Orphic talent within them. They were Orphic, one way or the other. And you do find that there was about 20 different individuals.
Was there any other through lines of age or
Varied. And they were, of what you were able to tell, the age range varied quite a bit. Like, as far as like origins and where these people were from, also varied and spread apart across the world. Most of them seemed, at least from this particular location or this sample site, most of them seem to have come from Europe, the Mediterranean, or the Americas.
Imagine being from America. Ugh. Couldn't be me.
Everybody, no. Disgusting. During those first few months, Dimitri, you
are muted?
What's happening?
Did stream?
Aaron is gone. Oh,
It's like, you silence.
all right.
there we go.
I thought my internet went out, dude.
Yeah, me too.
Like, uh-oh.
Okay.
Don't
No,
stare
I
blankly.
accidentally disconnected my headset from the cord because it was under my leg. Sorry.
I thought I blacked out and I had been addressed and I wasn't paying attention. I was like, am I supposed to be talking?
Nope, not quite. Actually, this would affect both Dimitri and Orin, as you both are reaching Crete to begin your training. Hold on one second. Let me get to the right thing. Part of your initiation is all of
I'm
those.
not being hazed.
Yes, you are. All of those who begin their training have to understand what it is that you are fighting for, what it is that you are going to be, what the fold is at its very core. And where you're here with probably 50 or 60 other students. And they vary in range from age, gender, location, where they originate from. You see rich, you see poor, you see people that you've never never seen before. As you like, world exploration is still kind of new to those who are not part of the fold. So there are some people that like you marvel at the way they look, the way they are dressed, the paint on their face or whatever. This all across the world, any Orphic that is found is brought here to Crete. The Crete Priory, they tell you, was once a vessel that traversed the stars, a colony ship that have you guys ever been to like an Embassy Suites kind of thing where it's like, I think it's Embassy Suites, where it's like it has that big open area in the inside? An atrium. It's got an atrium, right? That's what that I was trying to think of the word for it. I'm sorry. Listen. So it has basically the inside of this vessel is like a large atrium, but instead of only going up 7 stories, this goes up 20 or 30. It is a massive cavernous inside structure where you can see row upon row upon row of like, at the upper levels, you can see what looks like abodes. So it almost looks like you're looking at apartments on the inside, right? There is greenery on this inside. It was like kind of almost overgrown in that sort of like garden on the inside, hanging garden sort of way. But also, it doesn't feel like any of the buildings you guys have ever been in. There is above the table, it is like being on the inside of a spaceship. So there's like that metallic, clean walls. Everything feels very sterile and smooth. Like there's no wallpaper, there's no textures like that on a lot of these walls. There's signs that point in different directions telling you where to go, etc. But this is, for all intents and purposes, more of a sci-fi setting, if you can imagine that. So aside from being in a new experience in a new place, this is far beyond what maybe you have heard or even in concept of stories. You have one teacher, one of the council members. Her name is Rhea, and Rhea is old. Don't look at me like that. Believed to be one of the oldest current fold members, approaching almost 2,000 years old, and is rumored to be. You hear this kind of in whispers over your next couple months. Is rumored to be fast approaching the unspoken limit of her time. Don't really know what that means, but you hear that a lot, spoken of a lot.
They're gonna take her out back and shoot her?
You'll learn.
Ma'am, your tenure's up.
Maybe it is just jealous, but she speaks with this authority. Many of you have no idea where we come from. Many of you know nothing of the heritage that comes flowing through your veins. But know that your decision to join the ranks of the fold is deeply rooted not just in the history that you have learned in your various schooling that you may or may not have attended, but even through the myths and stories that you have heard growing as a child. It is important that every member of the fold know truly what was lost and what we fight to attain. The instructors start to divide or call forward individuals by name, and they take them into a room. No one says what is about to happen. No one knows really what is about to happen. And when asked, everyone says it will be revealed in time. The nerves begin to grow and continue to do so until you get to your name called. Alaric stands by your side, and he is called in first before you, Dimitri. He squeezes your hand tightly and says, I'll see you on the other side. Be brave. I'm sure it can't be that bad, right?
We'll find out.
And he gets called inside. And eventually it is your turn. And you get called inside. And I'm saying this as a collective you. You're brought into a room where a member of the fold sits in what is basically a comfy looking like recliner chair. And there's another one on the other side of it. The room almost looks like a study, except that there's no library walls and there's not a lot of fancy ornamentation. It's very simple. They have you sit across from them. There you are offered a beverage, some tea, it seems like, some steaming cider, perhaps. Something to help soothe the nerves. And it is explained. You're about to experience a memory, a collective memory from fold members long gone, long fallen, but collectively telling a story that would take way too long to tell and is easier just experienced. Know that what you are going to see is real. Was real. These feelings and emotions tied to them may be overwhelming, but it is important for the context of the visual that you're about to see. And then they ask if you are ready. You sit in the chair, and a tendril of magic, of mist, of sparkling glitter reaches out and suffuses around you. And the world goes dark. And you see in your mind's eye a sparkling expanse of stars that is both stars and fluid, almost like the passage of rivers and oceans of color in space. You see these strange shaped vessels and them finding a singular black rock in the depths of space. It flashes. Memory of an individual found locked and trapped inside. His name, Beldura. There is a anxiety upon hearing that name that you don't understand. You'd never heard it before, but still somehow in the depths, it brings with it an unknown shiver down your spine. Flashes forward, and there's a war. And with it, there is the understanding that this is Beldura's doing. And you see forces clashing against each other in space and on land, on planets that are, we're going to go a little above the table with this, with planets that you've never couldn't possibly imagine, with trees that look alien, landscapes that look alien, with alien-like beings that you couldn't possibly imagine. And this blackened, oozing plague that wiped across an entire Imperium and erased it from existence. And the anxiety and fear builds inside of you. The terror of not being able to stop this thing. It flashes forward again, and you see a last-ditch effort, a last-ditch fight on one solitary planet that is left. And with it, 2 large colony vessels, these large asteroid ships that are going to be the carriers to a new home. And those ships leave in the midst of the destruction of this final place, this final battle. And they leave with people left behind. And you feel that sadness and loss and desperation, but also a hope. And it flashes forward. And you experience the growth of a colony, the hope that it brings of a new home, a new sanctuary, somewhere hidden beneath the waves of a shield of water. And then the terror of its collapse. As that plague had been brought here. You watch as it consumes friends and family that you do not have, but you have that emotional attachment to. You see it consume someone, and that person come out once again and use its power to consume someone else. This plague, this evil, cannot be trusted. It feeds on your fears. Whatever it is that you are afraid of, it will turn and make reality and use that to not only weaken you, but to kill you. Flash forward again. Life is having to restart. Civilizations are being brought up. You see, not ruins, these are living cities of ancient times. Egypt, Greece, mighty palaces of Asia, all of these places that are now being built once again that you have seen in storybooks perhaps. But they are fresh and new. And in and amongst them walk gods, people of great power that are helping humanity and the other races rebuild themselves. But then a reemergence happens. The plague returns. An individual by the name of Phobos is released from a prison and is stopped by members of the Fold, young Orphics, who, despite not having grasped the full picture, come together to defeat this evil at a great, great cost. Life continues forward. The plague seems to abate for some time. Until the collapse. There's all of this understanding is kind of like you're feeling and getting this knowledge without it being told to you. You just know it, right? It just comes into your brain like you experience all these things. At some point, there had been many emotions that had been tied in with these individuals of great power that had been sheltered and put away. And then all at once, all of those emotions and memories washed over them. The collapse was what happened when the deities of old had to relive the trauma of their past with the full emotions of over 3,000 years put in together. The result was violence, war, and a near second annihilation of mankind. Wars broke out where gods rose armies to fight each other. You see the conquests of Rome, the wars that came after that, and a darkness that kind of overtook mankind as they suddenly started to hunt those that were not human, blaming them for the atrocities of the past, blaming them for bringing the evil of the plague, but not knowing its name anymore, just considering it something of the devil. And you see that while the Fold had been working with a majority of mankind up until this point, they become hunted and have to hide away, but all while keeping a vigilant eye to the stars, knowing that any day, any time Baldura could return, that the plague could return. And the fold nearly is demolished. What had been 40 priories is reduced to 20. The numbers within halved. But at the same time, they brought in all of those who were seeking refuge from the viciousness of humankind. The rest is kind of muddled and fast. Years and decades have passed by, but you still have that sense of caution. The plague is still out there. Baldura is still out there. And it is important that you learn how best to control the power that you have so that one day, if and when he does return, you might be able to help put an end to it. The world fades away, and you are brought back into that chair, and it is an immediate wash of emotions. It's like you've been on an emotional roller coaster for you don't even know how long. Lifetimes have passed by, people and faces you don't recognize, and as the memories are beginning to fade, the core of those memories is still there. The person across from you stares and waits for you to respond, and then finally says, "Do you wish to continue? Or do you wish to forget?"
Continue.
You know what perils lie in wait outside in the stars, but it is not something that we fear. It is something that we expect, and we will prepare for. You may go. And the door behind them slides open. Do you say anything, Orin? Just get up and go. Okay. Your training begins. Both of you have a few teachers that specialize in your Orphic talents. And then a few teachers who help you with martial training. Your first physical conditioning and combats trainer, Chiharu, a young-looking Asian woman, probably in her late 20s, early 30s. Despite her short stature in comparison to, I think both of you are kind of tall, if I remember correctly. How tall are you, Orin?
About 7 foot.
Okay. And how tall are you, Dimitri?
I'm only 5'9".
Beautiful. Okay. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm just a baby.
Just
I
a
can pay
baby.
you in blocks.
You, Dimitri, have been given the instructor Rain Adair, a very serious middle-aged English woman who has a touch of a witchy vibe to her. She's been paired with you as your Orphic instructor because she too, as you learn eventually, she too had been considered a wise woman in her time before joining the fold. She has a dark sense of humor, but feels that in time the two of you will become good friends as you both have a knowledge of the mother and it was mentioned once that your that your some of your those who had brought you in had spoken that you had a tendency to gravitate towards the old ways, and that you came from a crone family, which she also finds interesting. But it is not her, and it is not with you, Orin. You are trained by Finian, a very druidic old man who kind of shows you a little bit of more of the Orphic talents, but soon realizes that your talents lie more in the physical. And that is where we get to your training with Chiharu, your first year martial training master. She's a curious woman, a monk in class, but with her, oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the name of this now. What is the one? 5 Elements, the Way of the 5 Elements. She has a
4 elements?
Is it 4? Sorry.
No, we added a 5th one just for this.
The surprise?
Surprise.
Much like the band Fifth Harmony, we have added.
Beautiful.
It's actually the Way of 4 Elements. She's just the Avatar.
That's what it is.
She's got the Avatar state. We're not
she's-
supposed to talk about it.
She's related to Bruce Willis from that.
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Where are we? Go here. As there's a group of you, mind you, they kind of pair off individuals of relatively close, relatively close age. So Alaric is mostly trained in a separate group of other kids his age, is what it's going to be. And so this is more of like the 20s and 30s group. 30, flirty and thriving.
So it's the millennials, the boomers with boomers.
Is that one of those things, those signs they put next to live, laugh, love, and not before my morning coffee?
Something like that. Oh boy. It is during one of your first trainings with Chiharu, where she stands on a little bit of a raised rock, and you guys are outside of the Priory of Crete. You're on like a stone and sand beach at the edges here of the water. And as she speaks, Orphics are at peace with the world around us. Our talents and our potential is what sets us apart from the others of this world. Whether your future lies in the path of the Sion, the Synergist, the Savanto, or the Guardiani, you will all have to train your body. Our task here is to lay foundations for decades to come. So let's pair up and let's get to work.
Who's
Dimitri,
a partner you'd like to beat the shit out of?
Dimitri, you look over to your left as this tall, giant, imposing man you like look to everybody else and they've already kind of picked a partner. Nobody wants to pick this guy because he is really tall. But you look up at him, and what does Dimitri see?
So, Orin's again 7 feet tall, seems of Irish descent. Just got so much hair coming down from his face, from his head. It's like gotten to the point where it essentially is like a briar. He looks like he is. He looks like you would see like a feral man just running through the woods, and like nice mix of Viking and feral is kind of what he looks. But He is
I'm paired up
wearing
with Bigfoot. Got it.
yeah. Currently he's wearing like a Henley and suspenders and slacks, just like. But you notice that underneath this massive beard that he has, he does have a scar that goes around his neck, and then a secondary one that goes right at the base of his skull.
I guess we'll be paired together if that's okay with you.
I mean, if you don't mind, I'd be happy to pair with you.
You
I'm
both hold down
Dimitri as I go. Looking forward up.
You both hold the. This is how you pair in ancient Bluetooth. You have to shake hands. Yeah, Chris, yes, just like that.
Connected.
Can't wait to work with you, brother. This would be me if I met Aaron in real life. Hey man, it's been an honor.
Beautiful. Okay. You start with grapple training. I need both of you to roll a d20 for me. Just flat. No, actually no expletives. No extras.
14.
14?
Yes, roll. 6.
Ooh, beautiful. Orin, it's not that you can't pin this young man if you needed to, but because of this little bit of a size difference and the whole situation, you're trying to be somewhat gentle. You don't want to start a commotion. You don't want to break anybody on your first day. He doesn't necessarily like knock you to the ground, but he does prove to be a very slippery individual. Go again. He does best you this first round.
There is no better training than these streets, and Dimitri has proved that. There's also no better training than growing up with siblings.
18.
Just straight roll again.
Yeah.
Eight.
18.
Dang.
All right.
I mean, if you want to use it, did Dreamy start the session giving you inspiration?
No. No, I'm
Nat
good.
20 RKO.
All right, third time.
Never
The
again.
chair! Hit him with the chair!
Beautiful. Second round. This time he does bring you to a knee. He's proven to be quite a apt little fighter. And I say little because he's not really that little, but just in comparison to you, his speed kind of proves to be a little more of a match. Now, you're getting the hang of what he is capable of. Chiharu continues her speech to everybody, and now she says, I want everyone to remember that you are more than just a mortal man and woman. You are all Orphic, and that provides you with opportunities and abilities that most people cannot fight with. Now, remember, the goal here is not to kill or maim your fellow students, but use those talents as you should. Try again. This next round, you'll be both using your proficiencies, whichever it is, your class, you're the one that you are the highest in. So basically, like if you're a barbarian, you're gonna be, I think, strength, right, or constitution. So strength, and then Dimitri, I'll say Galil. Dimitri as a warlock. What is yours? Charisma.
Charisma.
So use your charisma modifier, and then you can use your strength modifier, and then roll again.
Okay. Shit.
Teacher really said once more with feeling, and you got to add the proficiency bonus.
You see that, Aaron?
No, I didn't. What did you
7.
do? A 7?
Brother. My brother in Christ.
Roll a
Dimitri.
D&D
Dice
Beyond.
God.
It seems more random.
I got a
I
2.
said that's what I've been. You got a 2
I got a 2.
for a total of
4.
4. Jew, what was your total?
7.
Oh, 7 was your total.
It
Oh,
was a 2. I also rolled a 2, but I got a +5.
that is great. You know, sometimes that's the best that we can hope for.
You know, Ash, I'm really worried about the next generation of students here. As these two flop around like fish.
Okay.
Roll my dice.
This time around, you listen. I said it is more random. Some days you have good days. Some days you have bad days. And to me, I kind of like the story that has been given here. There is finally a moment where he tries to use a little bit of talent. You see him pull from shadow, and it's like there's like black and green that kind of come around his arms and like billow from around his sleeves as he then try and grapple again to try and like it's almost like wrestling, but not really. It's just trying to see like who kind of comes out on top sort of situation. And this time, Dimitri, meet unstoppable force. The strength that he possesses when he finally seems to decide enough is enough and you cannot move. You're just held in place by these two meaty hands. And he grabs you by the arms and just kind of like locks you in place.
All right,
Big,
you had 2 good
meaty
ones. I think we're done
jaws.
now.
Was not expecting this.
You weren't? Really?
Yeah, to a degree. Okay.
It's a good thing I didn't roll a natural 1.
Guy
close.
is huge. Dimitri gets winded by him. I can't believe you done this.
How could you? Beautiful. Okay. Your training continues for months. Both the physical side and your Orphic side. And the two of you become friends. You see each other a lot you guys are in Crete together, so you know. It just kind of as all friendships start in the playground when you're children. So here kind of begins the same. It is later in the year. Esh, over the last few months, we'll say that because we probably got to like July-ish, those last few months of the year of 1805, where would Esh be? Would he stay in one of the priories doing the research, during the investigations, or would you go out into the field?
This is like after the scrying.
Mhm.
But like right after?
Anytime after that until until this point. We'll say it's like November. This is about November of 1805. So for the couple of months from July to November, what would you be doing?
Would I go
That
out in
was
the field?
spooky.
Would I stay? I don't think Esh is the type to stay. And do I have students?
Mm-mm. No, you are kind of you. Well, because Ezra is getting fast tracked, so they're in the process. They're like basically going, not necessarily priory hopping, but they are being given a whirlwind tour of the priories and trying to get as much training done as quickly as possible.
I'm on the owner's program, eh?
Yeah, exactly. For that first, that at least for the rest of 1805, you two aren't paired together yet.
Just kind of speaking above table,
Yeah.
kind of working through this because I don't want you guys to like stare at me for like, 5 to 10 minutes going through all the thoughts.
No, you're good.
But I'm totally fine with that. It's good content. Look at my forehead. Esh is the type of character to not sit around.
Yeah.
Very much like a vagabond. Not wanderlust. It is much more purposeful. And since we started in March and we're getting like, months later, and after this kind of, you could have just imagined him like throwing vials at the wall.
Yeah.
Like things not working out. And technology is not advanced enough to even get like a general area of where these people are from. It is huge, like swaths of geography.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he goes out in the field. I think he takes some guns from the armory of the Fold and starts with very like limited contact, like definitely like a separation happening, because he was so good about like he has this little journal that can make little origami birds that keep them informed. There's definitely like a gap of Esh before and Esh after.
No.
And this is starting in on that. And so I think he takes out some things from the armory without permission, and starts trying to go to some really fucked up smuggling places, and tries to work up the chain to where is the flow of like inventory going, because there's so much talk of weapons, and there is a difference in perspective of people who are making money doing like the shipping and like the manual labor of just crates.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing that don't get caught with it. And then there are the people in high society who are kind of like what we saw very early on, showing off something in a room of caviar and decadence.
Right.
And we weren't getting anywhere with like high society. That seemed to be like played out. The redcoats have, changed tactics, and so do we.
Yeah.
And so I think there's a lot of red tape that just Esh completely negated, of like, I don't have any students. Ezra's very capable. People are being trained. He is going to fast track himself to, can I at least learn where weapons are being supplied to that aren't, if possible, war heavy headquarters.
Right.
Is that like just a cover to prepare and arm something
Right.
else going on? And I know that the weapons that we faced are much more supernatural, but it's the people who would be interested in that are armed to the teeth in other ways as well.
Yeah.
Because Orphics are not every day, and
Right.
training of Orphics is much rarer than that. So, and in the midst of that, there's other stuff that he does at nighttime. Like, he is exhausting himself. He is fully
Burning the
like-
candle at both ends.
He is disguised at all times. He's probably like 40 to 50 people a day, just hopping through it. Just everything. Like, there's no wasted movement. Everything is an illusion. Everything is distraction. There is such a lack of style that Esh would be known for. Like, it's so pointed. I could keep going. I will say that, like, something that we talked about,
Yeah.
like, every night he saves a spell slot, a high one for Dream.
Okay.
But that's kind of like a separate mission. So yes, very much candle both ends. He's doing multiple things at once. That should be a full team, but he's taking it on
Himself. Okay. With Ezra, you're going to finish by this point in November of 1805. You are finishing your second year of training.
Let's go!
So what normally would have taken a whole year has taken you now about 7 months to finish up the rest of this. You learned you had already started doing the advanced magical control, but that hasn't really been your forte. The combat a little bit in there. You're learning how some use teleportation and illusion and healing, but again, you grasp only pieces of these things. The healing aspect here, a little bit of the destructive side here. There is we'll call it a version of inflict wounds that you have become pretty proficient with when it comes to smacking the bejesus out of people.
Hand of Harm did get upgraded.
Yeah. You learn about the espionage and infiltration. You are given there's a lock. Oh my gosh, what's it called? It's a chime of unlocking or something like that, I think it's called. And basically it helps you unlock doors. Any door, you just kind of basically, it's almost like a little tuning fork that allows you to it harmonizes just enough within the frequency. It unlocks things. I'll put that in your inventory later.
Yay!
You also learn a little bit more about the encode thoughts abilities. You know that Orphics have the ability to grab a memory, a specific one, and almost leave it like a message, like a ribbon that can be found. You learn more about how to infiltrate high security places. So you learn about more of the, I hate to use the term ninja style, but that just in the, like, wearing all black, getting into sneaking into prisons where Orphics may be hidden or kept. Then on that same side, you learn about the member, like how to extract people from those kind of situations, how to fight your way through things is kind of something that you excel at or are showing that you excel at. The strategy, maybe not so much. Maybe a little bit here. Unconventional warfare and guerrilla tactics kind of sounds like something that that Ezra may dabble in, mostly the unconventional warfare. I feel like you would have a little bit of the Jackie Chan style fighting where it's just like you're using whatever is at your disposal as a monk, just like so yeah.
I grew up on the streets.
Yeah.
You don't got good weapons out there.
No, it's true. And then also the technological proficiency. So you learning how to, use those. There's a particular weapon that I keep forgetting to put into D&D Beyond, but it's basically, it looks like the hilt of a sword, but you use basically not alteration is Skyrim. What's it called? Transmutation. You use transmutation to basically turn this weapon into whatever you need, whether it be a quarterstaff, whether it be a scimitar, whether it be like just a long dagger. Like, it molds to whatever you need it to be, and that becomes one of your best friends. Since
I gave up my best dagger
yeah, that's
to
right.
that child.
True. Which I will probably say at some point you do wind up going to Crete, and you do see that Alaric he hasn't aged that much because it's only been like 6-7 months. But
Yeah.
you see him like he's in combat training with other boys and girls his age, and he is showing to be a little badass. He takes a couple
God.
You see him take a couple of tumbles now and then as you're like watching the training and the sparring, but every time he gets knocked down, he comes up twice as fast.
Oh, thank God. I was really worried he was going to be a real shit fighter and he was going to die.
That's my job.
Or
Yeah.
worse, expelled.
You see that as he fights in one particular round, he uses Orphic talents to help him with his, like, basically to the point of like creating a sword of fire as he's like doing spar training. Like, the sword gets knocked out of him, and in his anger as he turns around, he brings out like a flaming sword from his hand. And the teachers are having to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa!
So you see he's got this. He's got this. You see you probably see Dimitri as well in his training here in Crete. Less maybe on the side of the physical aspects of the martial side, but you see with him, usually always, is he has with him a large companion that is like not necessarily his shadow, but is just kind of follows him around whenever they're not in training.
Oh, Dimitri found his Solomon.
Oh no!
How long until I die?
Nah, Dimitri will be better than me. I should keep him alive.
Let's go jump off a building.
Okay.
A bridge.
Let's see how many
You
hit
jump-
points we have. Come with me to the 5th floor.
Oh no. Beautiful. We'll say that Ezra, you are here in Crete, running some training exercises here. And Esh, we'll say that you are in Russia at this point.
Privyet.
Privyet, yeah.
До
When you-
свидания.
When an alert goes out to all full members who are currently out in the field to return to their closest priory.
Oh, shit.
Like, did I just get an Amber Alert?
Well, no, you're already here, but it basically is
Yeah.
going out to everybody.
What is the alert like?
It is ascending.
I'm imagining it's like an Amber Alert, like in terms of sound.
Startles the hell out of you.
What did you
It's
say,
just
Aaron?
in your brain. It's that sound. Like,
Yeah, it's ascending. It's a vocal message, and this would actually be coming to you from Alder.
Yeah, I was thinking Alder. I think he
'Cause-
would be like a handler
Yeah,
during
because
this sort of situation.
Esh, you need to come home.
What time of day is it?
We'll say it's the afternoon.
I think you'd be very out of breath.
Go ahead.
Although there's no home right now. I am out in the field. I am surrounded by 20 bogies. One is dead at my feet. Can this wait till a couple weeks? I have made a lot of moves to set this up.
Council's orders. All members of the fold are to report to Priories. We're trying to make a head count. We've had a few go missing. Again.
Is it Ezra or Dimitri?
Neither. As far as I know, they're both safe.
And Senna?
Also accounted for. Two members in Egypt disappeared. Similar circumstances.
That's all I need to hear. I will be at whatever the Russian priory or
Oh, the closest one.
closest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably asked you to come back. We'll go to the one in the Alps. Where's my locations? He'll probably tell you that he'll meet you at the Cima de Brie, which is in the Swiss Alps, and this would be your home base. Is the one where? Well, if you had a home base, this would be the one. This would be the one.
Okay. I am going to.
So no, you're good.
Just-
It might take you a little bit, but you can find your way back.
Yeah, I'm going to I am going to disguise myself as a we'll say important Russian figure.
Mm-hmm.
Very Rasputin kind
Yeah.
of level.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Phantom Steed
Nice.
and make it look very spectral and
Yeah.
otherworldly. And Alder in my last message will hear me talking through gunfire as I ride as this crazy folk tale of a thing through the enemies.
Yeah.
And I'll just say, they will never believe it when they talk about me.
Das Vidania, bitches. Beautiful.
No one will ever believe you.
It's a good strategy.
It is. That's 80% of what I do as a changeling
No.
in my
No,
other game is I turn into very famous members of the royal court and go, no one's ever gonna believe you.
That's great. Eventually, when you are brought back, and it becomes a fold-wide alert. There were two members initially. There were two members in Cairo that were guarding some ruins, some ancient Drayan ruins from the prying eyes of archaeologists that went missing. didn't realize they had gone missing until one of their bodies had been discovered. Desanguinated. Once
Damn
again.
it.
And it was then that the council decides it is time for everybody to kind of like huddle in. They're trying to get a grasp. There's a lot of players out in the field. There's been a lot of leeway of letting kind of fold members go out and do things as they need to. But now it has become apparent that whatever is out there is still out there. Training missions become more restricted, and fewer in the field are outlet to go on these training missions without being watched. There's even rumors that some members of the fold are opting to just drop everything. They don't want anything to do with the fold anymore. Whatever it is that is happening is getting people a little on the spooked side. The council checks in with Esh as you've been brought back. It's probably Dio because he is the one who is the closest tied to you, and he knows what your reaction to this will be. So we'll say that within the priory of there in the Alps, you get a visit from Dio. I know that you've been gone for a while, and that you're trying to take things on yourself. But things are not as they seem out in the world at the moment. And it is best that some of those who we value most try and be a little more cautious with your lives.
Gio, are you trying to tell me what the world is like from your window?
Do you believe that I have been sitting from the inside this whole time?
No, I do not. But it feels like your words are less and less your own.
They are not. The council is not fully aware of your situation. Only I and one or two others know, outside of Alder. I know that this hits rather close to home. And I know that by me telling you that you have to not do things on your own doesn't guarantee that you will actually listen to me. So I'm here to make a compromise. I know that you're going to try and investigate as much as you can. And I want you to. But I don't want you out there alone. It is with a proud heart that I am here to tell you that Ezra has passed their second year of training and has moved on to their third. Under the new guidelines, it would be best if Ezra was assigned to watch over you and you over them as they finish their training. Guardiani are not just here to protect us from the physical threats of the outside world, but from sometimes ourselves. What do you say?
Esh, previously, if we may cinematically take little rewind action.
Yeah.
Whatever room we're in, I cast that alarm outside of it. Dio had to cross that threshold.
Yeah.
I cast mislead, so he's been talking to a false version of me that can talk and behave in my stead. Behind Dio, I walk past him and go, "You're you're embellishing too much. Let's go."
He nods. Ezra's in Crete. Just to jump away. Oh, by the way, do you remember Dimitri and Alaric?
I do.
You'll find that they too are in Crete. If you wish to say hello.
Dio. I'll get really close. Unnaturally close to his face. He stinks. Ash does. Ash
Yeah.
stinks.
Kiss on the cheek.
Just a kiss on the
He
nose.
just
A disguise goes down. There are more scars. Hair's longer. The white roots are really showing. The eyes are gaunt. He's tired. It seems, Dio, that we are looking through different windows. If I want to say hello, do you think I involve myself in pleasantries? Dimitri killed people. They no longer exist because of Dimitri. Ezra killed more, many more. Am I proud? No. I am satisfied. I knew it would happen because I don't involve myself in pleasantries. It is an act. It is a performance. Do you think I want to say hello, how are you, to anyone? Since you last saw me, I have killed everyone I've said hello to.
Jesus.
A Mormon came to his door to be like, "Hey!" He just shot them on sight.
even the dog that came across the street was like, "Hello, dog." Oh no.
Dio's gonna take all of this with stride, and there is a little. I'm not gonna lie, there is a little bit of a smirk on his face as you're going up close to him. Ish. Perhaps you should engage in some pleasantries. You're wearing yourself out. And that is not going to help you find or solve anything. You can't fix it if you're dead.
Now, Dio, since you don't like to speak for Dio, tell me, does the council want me to rest because they care about my nap time? Or do I make them uncomfortable by how fast I am learning what the hell is going on outside our windows?
They don't know. I know. And that's why I am asking that you get some rest. There are many others in the fold who can do these things besides you. You have not rested since Hamburg.
Do you not see the insult? There are many more in the fold that can do what I do. But therein lies the difference. I do it. I will be with you for a debrief after we go to Crete. And after I take a nap and a wee shower.
Make it a long one.
You ask too much of me, Dio.
For all of our sakes, take a long, long bubble bath.
You have magic. Why do you not clean yourself with the magic?
Prestidigitation is free.
It takes 6 seconds. And yet you choose?
To be stinky?
Beautiful. Showering and oh no.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Hard
Alright.
pass.
All right. We
A very different game.
go to Crete, and we will take a
Charming and
we will we will take a break there. Woo! Some
I'm
intensity.
Going to have a bath.
I love it. I freaking love it. All right, we'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere. Ba-doop. All right. Ba-doop, ba-doo. We back.
No, found it. No, it's actually 34 million now. That was an old article.
34 million words. We were for context. We were trying to figure out what the longest book.
No
was.
context. No context.
I was trying to figure out what the longest book was, and I think it's War and Peace. And the way I know that is because the longest fan fiction ever written, which is a Loud House fan fiction, it says that it's now it's 34 million words. And the last time I read it, it was like that says like 5 times War and Peace, which is the longest piece of literature. So I'm trying to find what the longest book was by finding the longest fan fiction. Apparently it's at 34 million words, guys.
I can do that.
Oh wait,
Me.
no, 34,353,783 words. Why did they write it
Wow.
out like that?
Who knows? All right. Let's see.
Mm. Roasted
Spicy.
Okay,
No,
the
not that one.
spicy snack.
Ash, you and Dio travel to Crete, where Ezra has just finished their second year of training, beginning their third. On traveling and arriving, you find that Alder is there also. Crete's colonial Drayan ship priory is there's like 5 super large priories. This is the biggest one, but it is big because it houses a lot of the training that happens for the fold. And it covers everything from the physical side to the truly Orphic side. Go for it, Ash. What were you gonna say?
Just let me know when I get close to the armory. I think you said something there, but
Oh yeah, I mean you can. I mean if it's not place that you would normally walk by, but if you're wanting to go to the armory, you can totally do that. What do you want to do at the armory?
excuse me, attendant.
Yes.
Do you know who I am?
No.
Damn.
No, Ash is likes it, just like, and then like thinks better of like messing with this person, just is reveling in getting to be themselves for a second. My name is Ash. I might have had a little bit of an alert. I stole some things from an armory of the fold. Do you mind if I return them?
The young man just stares at you and then just kind of like furrows his brow. You're asking for permission to return things you stole from the armory?
Yeah, I think somebody probably got fired, like a few months ago.
From here?
No. I thought this might be a boon for you. You can make up whatever story you want. You came across it. It was mislabeled. Doesn't really matter. I don't care.
Sure.
All right.
Do I have to tell my boss about this?
I'm just gonna look around like, and then I'm gonna see like Dio like right behind me, just like, sure. Just speak up a little bit. He's right there.
He like looks around you and his eyes widen when he realizes that there's one of the council members is behind you. He's like, swallows nervously, just like I and Dio's just kind of like, whatever. Just waves
Like-
yeah.
We
All
can't
right.
control this motherfucker either. It's okay.
Wow.
All right. Hold on. Gets a rope, throws like a little bit of lasso, like throws it at the guy, like it's gonna
Yeah.
go over him, and then just stops. And then using rope trick, I let a whole lot of guns fall out. And it's like, all right, interest, and then like 5 times, 10 times as many come through it. Those are unregistered. Can be tracked. I found them along the way. Thank you for letting me use your services.
The guy's just like, sure, yeah. Now I have to. He looks over.
Enjoy
At
your promotion.
He looks over at Dio. Does this mean I have to register all of these now? Dio's like, you know the procedure. He just turns around and walks away with you, just like, yep, you know what you got to do. You
And
just
then,
see
like,
you
the rope
basically just
falls
gave him
on the
Go
rope
ahead.
falls on the counter, and I'm like, don't forget the rope.
You just gave him like 2 weeks worth of inventory to do.
I'll like swipe like a little like It's probably like almost like a mortar shell, but like carved out, like full
Yeah.
of peanuts. And I'm just like, thank you.
Beautiful. Okay. You returned your things. Cool.
Is it really D&D if we're not abusing the NPCs?
Not really, no. Dio does pull Esh aside for a meeting with Rhea. Rhea, not Rhea.
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 Rhea. Rhea
Rhea is someone
was
else.
the one who died for Alexoth.
Yes.
Okay? How
Rhea.
dare you bring that up every time? I
Missed
cried.
opportunity to say Dio takes you to meet Rio.
Dio to Rio. Dio and Rio.
It's too much.
It's
This
required of the council members to have all their names ending in EO. It makes it very easy for us to find them.
yeah. She I don't have it noted here, but I'm pretty sure I wrote it elsewhere. She's the other one that knows about your situation. And basically,
Rhea. Hello.
Esh,
I see you have not been forcibly retired yet.
soon.
for you.
Soon. I am looking forward to being able to live out the rest of my days on a beach somewhere that is not Crete. I've seen
Rhea.
most of the Mediterranean by now, and I'm looking forward to going somewhere in Tahiti.
I think you would last 5 days before you needed to return. You don't know what to do with yourself. What are you like? 1990 years old. You look
Some-
great.
I'm not here. We are not here to speak about me.
Shame that is.
Dio's told me that you've been out and about.
I have. Yes. I've learned a lot.
What have you learned?
There is significant influx of weapons
Yes.
in very particular hotspots that we
Yes.
did not know before.
True. There are lots of weapons that are being molded by mortal kind. It has always been the way of things.
It
But my
seems-
my concern is with you, not the weapons as much.
Well, that's very good because you will be in Tahiti, not needing to worry about me very soon.
But I am not there yet. I am here now.
Yes, you are.
Ash. You are one of the only links we have to the plague currently. You do realize that.
That I do.
I am under the understanding that your family has continued experimentation somewhat and then stopped for a time.
Yeah, there were too many fatalities, I believe. Not because they cared about the people, but the village simply ran out.
And what is to happen if they get their hands back on you again? With enough poking and prodding into their affairs, do you not think that they would notice?
I do worry about that. I have put in some contingencies so that never happens.
And what might those be?
I'm the closest one of to the plague, you say. So I embraced it, especially while I was gone.
You see her her eyes narrow.
Rhea, do you dream?
I do.
What about?
That I won't have young foldlings running around giving me a migraine. It's a very pretty dream, but not very far from reality right now.
Rhea, I do not like one-sided conversations. If you want me to be vulnerable, put myself on a table for you to inspect so that you feel a little bit better on your beach chair. Why don't you tell me what you dream about?
I dream of being at peace, knowing that the future is in capable hands. That is what I dream of.
Have you found peace, even for a moment, in 2,000 years?
Now and then. I thought for a while until this year. You know, you're not the only one that we have out searching for those redcoats, right?
I'm gonna look at Dio over my shoulder. You know, people keep talking to me about not the only one. And yet I seem to be the only one in this room, being interviewed such as this. My circumstances are singular. And you know that, and I know that. Excuse me for caring in my special way. To answer your question, Rhea, what did I do for contingencies? I cast Dream, more like a nightmare, to every member of my family, especially the Patriarch, Enoch, Madhawk. And I became what they wanted, a chimera, a beast of Beldura. I had it approach every night, closer and closer. Maybe that fascinated them. Maybe it frightened them. They are an illustrious bunch that scare me. And I'm sure they scare everyone, including yourself, even when you are in Tahiti. But they woke up bloody. And I hope scared of what is inside me, the thing that they put there. And so maybe I bought myself a second's hesitation before they decide to find me or cut me up or do whatever it is they did to all those people in my courtyard when I was just a boy. It seems the only person who is willing to care is older. He didn't really have a good, honorable discharge. Such as yours. He didn't last 2,000 years. Congratulations, by the way. I'm sure you get a nice medal. Trophy. Something weighted. Good for a mantle that you will not ever use. Because you are like me. You stir. You pace. You act. You do not lounge. You do not have peace because you know too much. And not only do you know too much, you have shared it in this room, in visions, in dreams. Things that are real, tangible, tactile. So what have I put into place? Rhea of the Fold Council Dio. The council says, the council says, the council says. That's all I hear. Who are we protecting?
Everyone.
I guess off to Cairo then. For everyone.
No. You are not allowed to go to Cairo.
Go on, Rhea. I'm starting to sense your spine.
There are 4 Fold members that are there currently, doing what best they can. They have been fully briefed on the situation, and they are keeping us informed as well. You will not be allowed to go to Cairo yet. It is still too fresh. We want to make sure that it is clear of the influences of these redcoats and your family. What I would like you to do is to lead a contingent that will be working with me and Dio. Someone to specialize if and when more resurgences of these redcoats and this cult appear. Someone else aside from the council must be in charge of this. And being that you and Ezra were there at its discovery, it would be only fitting that the two of you begin this division. But it will be secret to a degree. If the other council members understood the full impact of what it would mean by having put you in such a precarious situation, undoubtedly they would not be pleased. But Dio vouches for your ingenuity. I merely know that you have a inexhaustible spirit. You will get the job done. But it is time for you to stop acting as a solo act. Something is hunting us. We have to find out what it is.
Rhea?
Yes?
I'm not so easily accoladed, and I feel like you are holding back. It is not my inexhaustible spirit. And I know that maybe you are willing to risk your peace to get back at the other council members who are pushing you out of your favorite thing. I'm just assuming that one. You've been here for 2,000 years. You like it. Your chair back there looks nice. But I guess if something is hunting us down, I do not mind hunting it right back. I accept your proposal. With Ezra, of course. Who else is going to be in the secret division?
Because of the new rule set when it comes to training members of the Fold, in about 4 months' time, We will assign to you 2 proteges that you will be able to teach on your hunting tactics within these 4 months until they are ready. We need to devise a strategy to finding out how to find this cult, how to lure them out. They have remained elusive and hidden not only from you, but anyone and everyone we have sent searching for them. We have found hideaways emptied. We have found remnants of those that they have taken, but no further clues. And somehow they managed to keep themselves hidden from view by our scryers. That would seem to indicate that they have amongst their number at least a decent understanding of Orphic abilities.
Rhea, how attached are you to your blood?
I like to try and keep it inside me whenever possible.
That's a crazy question.
It seems if all we are discovering are exsanguinated Orphics, maybe we use the blood as bait. But that's a strategy for another time. Who will my proteges be? Do I get first pick? Or are they given to me?
You could choose if you wish. I have 2 that I have a strong inkling that would be good to get involved. At least
I do
one.
have.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, you.
Oh no, I insist.
I have one criteria. Because of our division, the context. They have to be able to keep a secret, so they must have a secret of their own.
This is acceptable to me.
Good.
This sounds dangerous. This plan to use old Orphic blood. But it is a sound idea.
Thank you.
Thank you. It came to me after 4 days of not sleeping, eating, or showering.
Rhea, I kind of give like a general debrief of things that have happened, but
No.
I'll really underline that I think you all are blinded by focusing on Orphics. So many Orphic things. A little egotistical, don't you think? We are outnumbered. The humans, non-Orphics, boring, grey people. They are the ones that Beldura will soak the fears of. And they will arm themselves however they can. That's what the Mad Hawks rely on. That's what I was chasing. You are so focused on Orphics, you forget about the human element. You are blind. Old friend. And you never let me sit in your chair. I am insulted.
If you want to sit in it, all you had to do was ask.
I'm already sitting in it. I think this meeting has taken up enough of your precious time.
I'm
What
not
little of it
dying.
remains.
I'm not dying that fast.
You've only got 30 seconds left.
My suggestion, once he is proven ready, would be Dimitri. That was going to be my suggestion.
I remember that name.
You should. You helped bring him to us, even if it was an accident.
You know, I've been spying on his streams too. Past few months. Highly recommend. Very trippy.
Yes, Reliquist Adair has informed me that he is not sleeping well. Whispers, voices.
And Rain took copious notes. Very interested.
She reports things as she sees fit. Sometimes dreams are just dreams, but Dimitri is a particular case. We haven't seen very many that have come back from the dead. Not as they were before.
I do like Dimitri. He's a particular one. Good heart. Good fighter. Amazing nose.
So we've noticed.
Hard in the cafeteria.
You might want to take a little bit longer of a bath before you see him.
Oh no. This would be a good introduction. Reintroduction. Alright, so
You might kill him on sight.
The second you stepped in Crete, he was like, there's a disturbance.
we are in
He went-
Crete.
Solomon's back. Or Ash is back.
Oh no!
So we are in Crete, and
It's
I
too soon.
believe that they train in doubles. First year.
Mm,
Did Dimitri make a friend?
he has. Orin is his name.
Orin.
A small chap.
So he's big then.
She smiles. Yes. One could say.
Would you introduce him to your daughter,
Orin or Dimitri?
Orin?
I would say so.
All right, I'll have him.
He's a good young man.
I don't know.
He's a good young man.
I love the idea of it being like Dimitri or Orin. Oh, Orin, I know you wouldn't introduce Dimitri to your daughter. It's fucking weird.
Ooh.
He came into the fold about the same time as Dimitri did. But his Orphic awakening was ongoing before his discovery.
Our life ongoing.
Very much so. But go meet them for yourselves.
Ash will walk from the chair. Good stretch. Walks past Rhea and kind of has that like passing like mouths are like really like close to the ears, kind of like, you know, like chins
Yeah.
hovering above the shoulder kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Rhea, one last thing. If I get too close to what you are scared of me becoming, kill me.
That's what Ezra's for.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, hey. killed Ezra. Hey guys,
I'll,
does Ezra know?
I'll give a smirk and then like a kiss on the cheek. And
Also, for whatever reason, Rhea is 100% played by Helen Mirren in my head. That's visually, that is who I'm
Yeah.
visualizing.
She's gonna have to throw that chair away.
You can't get the smell out now.
Beautiful. Okay.
and then I leave the door open just as like kind of like a final like.
Yeah, her and Dio remain behind, and you know where to find. We'll say it's about to dinner time, so you locate Ezra pretty easily.
So we're in the like cafeteria line. You know, I just get a tray
Uh-huh.
like another person.
Yeah.
Yeah, Helen.
Fucking Tuesdays.
Ezra,
Oh, what are you doing here?
it's pizza. Day.
Pretending,
Pizza day.
pretending to act surprised like I didn't smell him walking into this building. Pizza Tuesday. Wait, what day of the week is it?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah. It's Taco Tuesday.
Where'd you get a pizza?
All right, I went through like a gates, time zones.
Oh, yeah.
Do people not like me? Everyone's avoiding me when I step into a room.
Well, I don't think it's not that they don't like you, Ash. It's that they don't like the way you stink right now, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Dio
You-
did say something, but I don't like Dio.
Yeah, well,
Correct.
if my respect can hold any weight in this moment, please take a bath after this.
I'm just gonna
smell-
like poke my own nose and then like press the digitation.
That works too. You smell like you have been working very hard in a place that doesn't have water. Have you been in Russia?
Yeah. Everybody's nose is very good.
Well, I mean, you grow up on the streets. You get a knack for different kinds of stink.
I'm loading my taco up with way more than a taco shell can handle.
Beautiful.
Just a mountain.
And yet it's still somehow a pizza.
Well, a tortilla is a circle.
Yeah. Oh,
Also
I'm
true.
making a taco pizza.
Oh, those are
Yeah,
good.
you get like the salsa is like the sauce, and then you get spread the crumbles on top, and then like some Doritos.
Oh God.
Those have been
Hey,
invented.
what was your favorite episode of Age of Innovation? I liked where they talked about tacos for a very long
Really
time.
long time.
I'm liking what Ezra is saying, so I'm going to hand off my tray to the next person in line and just restart.
Yeah,
All right. First lesson, teacher Ezra.
it's not my first taco rodeo.
Road to
Anyway.
taco.
Good God.
I believe it's
Del Taco.
Tacodio. I think it's Tacodio.
Tacodio.
Didn't we call what's his name Del Taco?
Yes.
Okay, great. I wasn't sure if that was this campaign or not.
Ezra, right. By the way, we are going to be on a secret team.
Oh, all right. Our secret? Secret enough for you to tell me in this open cafeteria around other people? Or...
You look around and like nobody's really even look. I mean, they
They
look
don't
at
care.
you, but they're not. They're focused on Taco Tuesday.
Everybody wants to feel important. And so if I openly talk about a secret team, they just think I'm like pulling the leg, blowing smoke up their ass. They're not going to take it seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah, remember the lessons. An assumption.
an
They're,
assumption.
they're assuming. They're all asses.
Yeah. Plus, no one's going to trust a guy that's turning his taco into a pizza.
No one.
No one. I know. No one trusts me.
We have to go find Dimitri, so...
Oh, I think I know where he is.
All right.
I assume.
Careful. I'll fail you.
Oh, no. Okay. I don't think you can do that anymore.
I could break your toe.
Well, That you can. You can try.
That's true. That's true. I can make you shit yourself in a really unexpected place.
That one, yes, I know you can do that.
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
you do that. It's
Yes.
horrifying.
Yeah, catch a missile, catch
Place?
a turd.
You've
Yeah.
seen him do that?
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
can't
God.
deflect that attack. I'm not quite at the level yet to deflect other kinds of attack. But man, when I can deflect all kinds of attack at level like 15, I'm gonna make you shit yourself.
I'll see you there. I promise.
Me in my underwear will see you there. Let's go find Dimitri.
No one is listening to this at all.
What have I got
Yeah,
myself
You say we're part of a
into?
secret group, and then we start talking about making taco pizzas and shitting ourselves. They're like, yeah, these guys, they're not even orphans. They just wandered in off the street. We're too scared to stop them.
Can you keep a secret? I don't fucking know. He makes a taco out of a pizza.
Did he keep a secret? Well, no, actually, but but look at
Beautiful.
him. Who's gonna believe him?
There's
Alright,
a
anyway, what were we talking about?
on one of the upper levels of a seating area. It is Orin that you see first, Ezra, and then Dimitri.
That makes sense. He is quite tall.
Mhm.
Wait, how tall is Ash?
I'm just below. I think I'm about 6'8". 6'8" to 6'10",
Everyone's so fucking.
depending on the
big.
disguise.
I'm
It's
sorry, it's
crazy to-
genetic.
It's crazy to imagine people taller than me, and I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. I have to look up at someone.
It's not hard
See-
for me to imagine people taller than me.
It's really not difficult. It's just funny that I was like, I'm gonna make a tall character, and I made them 5'10",
No,
and this is what
Wait.
I've been met with.
wait, no, I'm 6'5". I did write that down. Okay. Yeah. Oh man, that is a big boy right
Yeah,
there.
I think Dimitri might have missed you because he latched on to the biggest fucking person he could find in his class. Immediately, he had to do a sparring match, and he picked the biggest guy in the room. It's quite
Right.
impressive.
Yeah, I'd be impressed. All
You can probably
right.
smell us talking about him right now.
Oh, the
Not
big
anymore.
person.
Smell!
Not anymore. He cleans
sorry.
himself.
He prestidigitated.
Dimitri, are you crying right now?
I just smelled something rancid for a sec.
Sorry.
His
For
nose
me.
is so strong. He smells through the prestidigitation.
No,
love
this
the-
was
Left the
before.
patch. Oh,
You
okay.
can smell into the past.
Yeah,
nose of
this was
counter
before,
smell.
and then it went away.
Counter
so-
smell.
Oh.
Counter smell.
Wow,
Right there.
we went so far off from like this crazy intense conversation with council members to this.
Because you let Ezra into the conversation.
Fair.
Yep, yep,
This
I'd
yep.
also like to appreciate Taco Master sending a pizza emoji in chat. I really
Yeah.
thank you. That's good.
Taco.
Only a
Pizza.
master can do that.
He can. He's a master. Or she. They can.
Okay.
Anyway, this is the biggest guy in the room.
Sitting at a chair, it's like doing this thing at the chair.
Yeah.
Size of his taco.
Yeah. So we do get Ash and Ezra. They do come up. You come up to. You see Dimitri, and Dimitri looks up her and sees as the crowd parts. There's Ash and Ezra, and you've seen Ezra because Ezra's been here for a couple days now, but you see Ash as well.
Orin eating his taco. This is a full-size taco.
I'm gonna sit down without saying anything, just like it's a normal day.
Hey,
You're back.
have you all ever tried the taco pizza?
The what?
The fuck is a pizza?
The fuck is that?
I love the idea of what the fuck is pizza. What the fuck's a taco? It's 1804. Or I guess 06? I don't remember what year it is.
We're in November of 1805.
You have to remember that the Fold is full of technological advancements and things that were carried over from a different Imperium from a different dimension. You guys have been through the crazy dream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a pizza bit in there.
Good.
That's what we're
I
fighting
don't
for.
think they did, but
I'm not. I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah, it's like,
Pretty
we
sure.
got like the last planet, and we gotta save it, and we gotta fight. And then there was one thing, like it was a blur. But there
This
was
is
a
the
pizza
back
place,
corner.
a little pizza.
Pizza
It's
planet?
one frame that was cut in, where it's just a picture of a pizza, and then it cuts away.
I mean, were we watching the same film?
It's subliminal messaging.
Yeah.
Good God.
Dude, they had pizzas in the Iliad. We're good. We're good, guys.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I was gonna say pizza is a very Mediterranean thing. So the Greeks had it, the Italians had it.
yeah,
They
but
refer
turning
to it
your
as
taco
eating
into a
tables.
pizza?
Right. I'm Irish, so
That's
Oh,
true. That's true.
So
you know
want haggis?
I'm used to like, hey, let's put a bunch of shit inside of the inside of a sheep's bladder, and like that's good for you.
Has a potato famine happened
That's
yet?
Scottish. No, that's in like 40 years.
Okay, great.
Who
So
are
you
you?
don't.
I love how Ezra, like thinking Ezra saying that as like the most threatening shit ever.
Have you? Tell me, Ulrich. Have you known Unger yet?
Oh no.
It's also really funny when you sit down and someone goes, "I'm Irish." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I got it from the everything about you."
I was actually born in, Saudi Arabia. It's hard to tell, I can tell, but
Yeah, you missed a few bits there. You look great.
oh, thank you.
You-
Yeah,
It's
and
not
I'm from
so-
Hamburg.
Right.
Everything's confusing, but that's fine.
Wow. It's been a bit of a whirlwind of a year.
What is your name?
I feel like it's a bit more appropriate to give your own name before asking for someone else's.
Do I look appropriate to you?
He sure
I
doesn't
don't-
smell appropriate most
Well,
days.
Tell you the truth, I don't really know what appropriate is as far as appearances, so maybe.
Oh wait, do you not know what Ash looks like?
No, I
Oh, you
I
do?
know.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Have you not?
We're in a little bit of a chicken match.
You got a chicken taco? I thought we were out.
You look down, it's just a full chicken inside of the taco. Still feathered.
No, it's not even. It's a full roasted chicken with a tortilla stuffed.
Good
I'm on
God.
a low carb diet, you know.
Disgusting.
I'm still trying to learn how this thing works.
So, you're a large one, Mr. No Name.
I suppose you could be considered that as well.
Well, it used to be, but now you're here.
I'm glad to take the pressure off of you.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
My name is Ish.
Oren.
Yeah.
I'm Ezra. That's
What?
Dimitri. Now we all know each other.
Oh, good.
Good. Good. What's
Dimitri-
been going on?
Do you... Who are these people? Because I'm
Dimitri
really
hasn't
weird,
told
because
you.
I'm just trying to enjoy this thing, and now I have people asking me a bunch of questions. So
Well, when I met them, Ash was Ezra's teacher.
that doesn't really answer the first part of the everything. Like,
So
who are they?
So Ish, as mentioned, was my teacher when I was here. On a trip to, I believe it's called Germany. Yep.
Yeah.
Germany. We ran into one Dimitri here, and I'm not sure if you met his brother Ulrich, but him too, and
Mhm.
a former classmate named Solomon. God's rest his soul. God's rest his soul. God's rest his soul. We Ulrich and former student Solomon were kidnapped. Whole cult thing happened. Dimitri came with us, kind of crash course into Orphic life, and now he's joined the program. Him and his brother. After I believe Esh gave a glowing review, and here we are. I fast-tracked. I've almost graduated, right? I haven't graduated yet.
You've finished second year. You're in the process of third year, but
Well,
And I am now in
That's
third year. You're
a lot
all
of-
first years.
that's a lot of information.
Orin,
And- E travels.
Yes, Ash.
you don't strike me as the type to really go off of factual chronological events. Thank you,
No.
Ezra, by the way.
No, I don't really care, but it.
Do you have any
It's just
questions for
prob-
me? I'll answer anything truthfully in this moment.
You hungry? I mean, that taco looks a bit light.
I could eat.
Oren will reach into his bag and pull out like the biggest tomato you have ever seen, and he just puts it on your plate. That'll do you.
Now, this is the first step of a pizza.
I'm not following.
Oh, I know.
What
Thank
do you
you.
know of pizza?
It's a word that sounds like it has a T in it, but doesn't have a T.
Much like words like pterodactyl and. Mhm.
But I think it does have a.
It's two
It does have-
T's.
Pterodactyl. I was thinking of the letter P, but it's fine. We're just gonna keep going.
You are so. You're much smarter than I am. I didn't know that.
Listen, I excel in the art of combat, not the art of spelling words that have letters that don't belong in them.
Right. Good.
Ooh, calzone.
Well,
Yeah.
Ash, what is it that you do?
Oh,
Hey.
that's very kind of you to ask. I teach,
You teach.
and I perform in a circus,
Right.
and I kill people
Well,
fairly
that's-
often.
And
In that order.
forgive me, a circus is a place where they kill people?
Oh, yes. The good ones.
Right, okay. I'll have to go see that sometime. Well, is there anything I can answer for you?
You know, I asked if you wanted to ask me anything.
Well,
And you asked if I was hungry. What are your limits, Orin?
It's
I mean,
crazy.
to be honest, I've never been with anyone, so I'm not really entirely sure.
You misunderstand me.
Probably.
Slightly. Why are you here?
Well, I guess that's what I'm to find out. Because whatever tried to kill me won't. Or just not doing a good enough job.
So you are going toward death to avoid death?
It's a bit silly when you put it that way, but it's a lot easier if you don't think about it.
Dimitri knows all about avoiding death. I want to keep you
Yeah.
attached.
Dimitri, how's the afterlife?
Dimitri, how was death?
I mean, I was there for a couple minutes.
Dimitri, would you have told Orin about your whole experience?
Just that I've gotten stabbed as well, to the point where I was dead for a
Oh.
few minutes.
Oh,
Well,
But that's it.
I'm see the thing is I don't really like to bring that topic up because I hear, when that happens, sometimes the brain doesn't always work as well afterwards.
Are you calling Dimitri dumb?
No, I'm just saying, usually when your brain is, kept from oxygen for long enough, something happens up there.
Dimitri, are you gonna take that from him?
Yeah.
Are you?
And I just continue eating my taco.
I mean, it wasn't an insult, but if you want to start something, we can talk it out right here.
I think that the powers that we would appreciate if we don't start another fight in the cafeteria.
I said talk it out, but I mean, if we need to fight, I'm sure we can go outside.
I wasn't talking to you.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. I get a
No,
little ahead of myself sometimes.
It's all right. It's all right.
Hmm. Do you mind, real quick?
Throat punch him.
I'm going to reach into a pocket and pull out a mouse that looks like a
live
little
animal?
like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a little musketeer. Just has like a cool kind of whatever that hat is with the like flap up and the feather. And has like a pin in like a little sheath and then like a little button as a shield. I'm just gonna place it on the huge tomato.
And this is one of the animated ones, right?
This is a familiar.
Heard.
Yeah. Just thinking about all the cool stuff I could do.
Yeah.
Like, here we go.
Yeah, he just does this.
He's hungry. Doesn't have a name. Orin, you seem gentle.
Well, I had a family of these actually back home. I had Jeremiah and Jeremy. They were different, and Theodore and Walton. And there was Delilah, but everyone wanted to stay clear of Delilah because all she did was start fights with everybody else.
How'd she move to one of the new colonies? I think they're calling it New York.
I've never heard of it.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York
Very
City?
good. Very good.
As soon as you said New York, I was like, nope.
I appreciate
It's coming.
Chris's like undeniable like commitment to making this real world.
I just really want to point out the second I heard Delilah, the shit-eating grin I got of your excitement. You started listing names. I was like, one of these names has to be a meme, please.
Orin, my mouse does not have a name.
Does not have a name.
Yeah, I feel like the best gift you can give is a name.
Well, do you have any preferences?
No.
None.
Just that it's honest.
I'm gonna take a deep look at this mouse. It's like right up next to it.
It's not a great mouse. Like one of those whiskers is like burned. He's got like a milky eye. Just kind of like a weird kind of like almost like vitiligo patch, you know?
He's a Kevin.
Kevin.
Did you? Never mind.
Well, let's hold on. Do you like the name Kevin?
Well, it's not my name.
No, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Kevin.
Pardon me.
I was always partial to Brandy myself.
Brandy. That's really interesting.
Nothing in me could have prepared to that voice.
I wasn't ready.
Well, I think the problem, Ash, is that you had a mouse that you were trying to find a name for, or you could have just asked the mouse. I think that's the greatest gift you could have given her.
A listening ear So Brandy, was it?
Brandy? Yeah, Brandy.
Yeah. Brandy and the tomato. It's cute.
Like a child's tale.
Like a band.
Yeah.
Both.
So I've been gone for a while. Got in trouble. I highly recommend it. Especially you, Ezra.
Huh?
You're better at it than I am.
Getting in trouble.
All the above. Especially that one. Dimitri and Orin. I have a proposal.
I don't know you like that.
You're about to.
This is moving really fast for me.
We are going to be on a secret team. Headed by 2 council members, and we cannot tell anyone else.
And we're talking about it here in the open?
We have a mouse on a tomato. We are talking about pizzas and tacos. Nobody would suspect we're talking out in the open. Nobody would care.
I think I've actually heard this exact conversation in my middle school cafeteria.
Wait. So wait, you and I are getting married?
If you want to.
I don't know you. I said I don't know you like that.
All right, turn it down. But what we are doing is we probably won't survive.
Again.
Dimitri's okay with it. Death
Yes.
means nothing to him.
Man. You know, if he'll lift up the beard, see the scar on his neck and on the back of his neck, then he pulls up. I mean, they've tried 3 separate times. Didn't work for them.
I'm going to drop my disguise self from the like more clear complexioned to just like a sudden like that kind of like what is it called, like a flash cut,
Yeah.
and it's just ashes, scarred horribly, like tattoos that didn't heal correctly, just a fucked up, like burned, cut deeply, all that sort of stuff.
Do they hurt?
Pain is not even registering in the conversation.
But do they hurt?
I've
Damn.
never known anything else.
Damn.
I'm going to he just kind of closes his eyes and you see in common sign he signs ease, and I'll use Druidcraft to just give you the tactile sensation of, ease across your scars, alleviate the twinge of pain for just a moment.
Orin,
You asked for a gift. There you go.
I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. But if you take away all that I've known, even for a moment, you will make me miss it. And I stab myself in the hand with a fork.
Hey! Hey yo! Hey yo! Hey yo! This is how the AIDS crisis is gonna start.
Oh no!
Orin,
Don't bleed where you eat.
I appreciate your tomato. I appreciate your relief. I'm not interested in getting married. I'm not interested in betting anyone here. I'm interested in the hunt and the satisfaction of mission complete, and no one ever saying it. Just that I know. And it could take years. And maybe you'll have to train people yourself. Broken. Crippled in a way. missing your limbs, missing your abilities, missing your memories. That's a gift. But they will continue that mission. That is why I'm here.
You say memories, and you see something shifts, and he recedes into himself.
Good. You have a place to go when there's no place to go. That will serve you well. Ezra,
Yeah.
this is our team.
I suppose so.
I'll let you handle the paperwork. Congrats
No. Oh no.
on
no.
your graduation.
Thank you. I hope I do you proud. Teach.
I don't get proud. I get satisfied.
I hope I satisfy you then.
Don't ever say that again.
Don't ever talk about me and my satisfaction ever again.
Oh, one last thing, Dimitri.
Yeah.
Have you kept my secret?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Good. Very good. Don't go after my mouse.
To me or to him?
To him.
Mouse gonna disappear like the last little guy you brought into this world.
I'm going to kind of lift my hand, like with the fork,
Mm.
and then just leave it in and eat with the other hand.
Just to be clear, this is not an illusion. This is an actual fork.
This is an actual fork.
Heard. Cool. Just checking.
Hey, so that's fucking crazy. Hey, so I don't know if you know this. What?
Ezra, I think you would notice, like, especially
Mhm.
Esh is a strange one, but this
No.
is this is
This is normal. What are you talking about?
this is
We have reached new levels of strange. No one is in denial of that.
yeah.
He's
It's
eating
a-
a taco pizza with a fork in his hand and a tiny mouse on a tomato.
I think Oren's just he hasn't broken eye contact. Not in like a I'm staring you down kind of way, but just like what? the...
Just don't worry about it and continue eating your food.
The longer you look at it, the longer he's gonna keep it in.
I'm a patient man, Ash.
Oh no.
Uh,
Let's see. Interesting.
Well, this has been a crazy meeting.
it's above my pay grade.
Well, unfortunately,
You're
it is your pay
getting
grade.
Yeah. You.
Your tuition is payment. That's why you don't pay for it. It's
Wait,
a
we
work
made-
study program.
Oh no.
Alaric comes over to the table.
Oh no. Do we see him
Ezra!
approaching?
Yeah.
See him approaching? Dimitri? He's not in this little secret group. And I don't know him well enough, but I feel like if he knows there's some knightery to be had, he's gonna want to be a part of it. So you don't just to keep him
Got it.
safe.
Got it.
He can't sniff out a lie like you can he?
No.
Okay, great. You may approach.
You may approach the bench.
You may approach.
All rise.
Okay. Ezra! 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 He comes over and like tackles you from the side.
All right. Hey! How's a little night in training doing?
Very good. Thank you very much. I guess actually because he doesn't have a cuff of babble yet, he has been learning English, but speaks mostly in German. It's like Spanglish, but with German and English. I've learned to be a knight, and I'm learning. He goes and puts his hands like this, and then folds them in, and you see a shield of energy bubble around him. It's like,
Oh, shit!
and then he's like, and it like goes away.
Well, that's impressive. I can't do that.
And then, well, there is. I made a sword with fire the other day.
Oh, yeah? And how'd that go? You kill anyone with it?
Now, the instructor said I couldn't do that during the training.
Yeah, they say that. They do say that.
He looks at you and looks over at Ash, and he kind of does the little wave, like, "Hi, Ash."
Hello. I'm gonna minor illusion the fork out of my hand.
Has Ulrich met Orin, I assume?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I was gonna introduce him, but it'd be really stupid.
No, they're basically classmates. They're just in different age groups. So
Hey there, little
Yeah.
one.
hi, Oren, and he goes over and like he gives you a hug from the side, and then just like leans on like partially leans on Oren on one shoulder, and then has his arm over Dimitri's shoulder, kind of just very much owning the both of his
big brothers?
His big brothers, yeah, but just like leaning on. It's like, Ash, I haven't seen you here in Crete before. You're visiting?
Yes, I am.
Are you going to be training? Can I train with you?
Well, you'd have to train me. You're very strong. You made a shield there and a sword of fire.
Yes, I'm very strong. And he does like this, and there's like teeny tiny little biceps that he's like trying to do.
Oh,
This
Rick.
kid is doomed.
He took me down the other day. We were sparring after classes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's a
I
tough
believe
one.
that.
That's right, because I'm going to be a brave knight. And he does like a 1-2 punch into your shoulder. Like,
Ah,
Careful with those. You're a killer.
Oh, Rick.
yeah, no weapons at the table, you know.
No. Put those guns away there, kiddo.
Put those guns away,
puts his,
Ulrich.
ha-
This
puts
is
his
a
hands
place
behind.
of worship.
He puts his hands behind his back. What you're gonna say? That's on the Ash.
No, keep going. I want to see the end of this.
Oh, no,
I want to see him kill Orin at the table.
no,
Orin is dead now.
that was it. He was just. It was just play fighting for a second. It was like,
Well-
I already finished my food. He looks over at Dimitri. He's like, are you going to finish your studies? Or do you want to go spar outside? Or do you want to go... Have you shown Ash the obstacle course yet? Maybe you can actually finish it this time.
I think that was a genuine laugh from Ezra.
Ah.
Damn.
I don't know,
Dimitri,
shall I
you have
actually,
the voice.
Shall I actually try this time? And my eyes glow that yellow.
I thought you actually tried the last 3 times.
Now let's give your brother some leeway here.
You see, like the I'm a punk ass little fate like smirk that he's got is like, you know, he's just joshing.
Oh, Rick.
You know,
Yes.
Where does your strength come from?
Don't.
You see his face change. Like the like jovial face drops. And he gets very serious and he puts his hands on the table and he's kind of leaning over it. From Solomon.
From Solomon.
If I like to think that if he were still alive and watching, that he would be very proud of me. And I want to make sure that I continue to make him proud.
That is a lot of responsibility you've given yourself, Ulrich.
But it is worth it.
I
Because
agree.
without Solomon, I would not be here.
I admire your perspective, Ulrich. I really do. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice. You know that you are strong. Solomon knows that you are strong. You do not need to advertise it. It is nice, it is new, it is fresh. You can do that here. Do not do it outside these walls. You can be proud here. That's where it stays. Now show me this obstacle course.
Okay. He, like
I want
come
to say this.
he comes around to your side and grabs your hand and tugs you out of your chair. And for a wee lad of he's 12. I don't remember now. I think he was 12. But a young man. He
14.
14? Okay.
14.
Young man, he pulls you out of your chair, significantly strong.
When he gets pulled out of the chair, can I try to make a grab for the fork? Where I remember the fork being.
We can.
Bold move.
Do I need to roll for anything? Do you want me to roll for anything?
Yeah. Do sleight of hand.
I'm
yeah.
trying not to dodge. If
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. 22.
I think it's enough to grab it out of your hand.
Literally out of your hand.
Where were we?
I'll just place it in my glass and use shape water to clean it off. Place it back down on the table.
I do want to see Dimitri try this obstacle course.
I
I,
mean-
want to see if he's full of hot air or if he actually can do it.
It's actually there are times where he's really great, and then there's one or two obstacles that he will inevitably fall flat on his face.
I have to see it.
I mean, Ezra, you've been on this training course before. It's
Yeah.
Imagine the one that they have set up in The Witcher. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's just this a lot of moving pieces that require a lot of dexterity and dodging and sometimes strength.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Beautiful.
Listen, if we're all going to work together, I really need a good base standard level of your skills. And you've learned a lot, and I've seen you in combat. I need to see you fight this obstacle course. I've seen you fight men, but can you fight an incoming wall? I need to know.
Actually, he can. He has fought me before.
That is true. But can you fight one covered in spikes?
I
I
mean, he
mean, I
has
haven't-
a
I
save,
helped
so.
I haven't.
Oh.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't. And when it gets cold out, it gets kind of.
There you go.
Whooshing. Anyway,
Can he do it while I throw rocks at him?
No, I don't know that
Jesus.
one. I haven't. It's hard to be cold and also throwing rocks.
in any case,
Yeah, that's part of your second year training.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
yes, you guys go outside. You go check
Trail
out
of
the
blood.
Trail of blood.
Follow-up question.
Yes.
Can I? No, hold on. Can I offer a spa with Ulrich?
Oh yeah, sure.
A friendly spa. I'm not gonna destroy him. I'm not gonna beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's earned it. I feel like it'd be a good ego boost to fight a third year.
Mm-hmm.
And if he gets too cocky, it's a great way to learn a lesson.
Cut to afterwards, he's in the infirmary. You're like, well, if you're gonna talk shit, you're gonna get hit.
It's not my fault you don't have deflect attacks. I thought you learned it at this level. What do you mean you're not a monk?
Yeah. Not a monk. That
I
is for
told
sure.
you to put up your dukes. You didn't do that.
I told you. I told you to square up, and you said, huh? So I had to pop you in the mouth.
Just no guns. No guns.
guns.
No guns. Yeah. No, you're good. Okay. Just real quick before we finish. You do get your little spar with Ulrich. For above the table purposes, I'm going to describe his fighting style is not that of a monk. He grabs a small circular shield, and holds a sword out like this. And you can see it.
He's a weed.
It vibrates with Orphic energy. He is, well, for all intents and purposes, an Eldritch Knight.
Let's go, buddy.
So baby
Beat the
Eldritch.
shit out of him. No, I'm kidding.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's awesome.
Baby Eldritch Knight. You watch Dimitri try to go through the obstacle course. I need Dimitri to make a dex check for me.
Yo, the heaven of civic descent.
DC 18.
Survival. 17.
He makes it right up to the end.
Mm.
And then gets knocked off.
It's the swirling bit. It gets him every time. It's because like the spikes are like multicolored. It overwhelms his vision.
Yeah, there you go.
It's because it all just smells like wall.
Oh no. Well,
There
Esh,
we go.
Ezra, we will work out some more details before next week, as far as some more of these things with your new secret club. But you have, like as I said, you have a few months left until Dimitri and Orin are put into your care as they finish their first year of training.
Very unfortunate for them.
Yeah.
Pizza Club.
Yeah. And then
Sausage Pizza Club!
yeah. And then we can we'll go over a few more details until we get to our session next week and finish out these 2 years. Well, we're already a year and a half in, or a year in, so just one more year. All right. Good job. Orin,
We will
welcome.
call our group Taco. Total annihilation of cults.
That's
And
talc.
we will no Taco.
Total
of
annihilation
cults.
of cults.
Oh no, no, what did I have? I had it. It was cult obliteration is what it was.
Oh.
What was it?
Total annihilation,
Totally-
cult obliteration.
Totally
Total.
above board cult obliteration. There we go.
Totally above board.
Honestly, pretty great.
Turtles are cool. Oliver.
Beautiful. All right, sweet.
We'll workshop things.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's fine.
I can't figure out one for pizza. I don't know 2 words that start with Z.
Xylophone and zebra.
Take all the
Not
cheese,
alone.
Oren.
Xylophone is an X.
Take all the cheese.
Take all the cheese, Oren.
Yeah, take all the
Taco.
cheese.
Jeez.
Oh,
I
wow.
will. Thank
Spelled with
you.
an X. Pizza.
I love it.
Pizza. You guys want to get some pizza?
Yeah,
Beautiful.
C-I-Z-Z-A.
Oh, sorry to throw a familiar in there. I just had the idea randomly.
No,
Yeah,
you're
that
fine. It was great. It was
There
great.
had to be a Mouseketeer. There had to be.
Well,
I
'cause-
mean, nobody's done it. I've seen so many familiars. So I was like, nobody's done a Mouseketeer. I was like, be the wish or be the change that you want to see in the world. You know?
beautiful, beautiful.
All my familiars, they're always cats. I don't even like cats.
Yeah. What am I doing? Get a cute little guy, and Ash would definitely use this
Yeah.
little cute thing. It's
Look
me little red wall shit.
So good.
Oh my god.
Die.
All right. Well, Oren, welcome to Age of
Yay,
Intervention.
Joom.
Thanks, guys.
Yay.
I unfortunately won't be here next week, which sucks because
But that's-
I have a job.
It's fine. It's fine.
You work?
Yeah, no.
You're getting paid?
You're getting
Fair-
paid.
Not for this.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Oh, we are.
No.
Oh no. Oh no. All right. Anyway, we'll
We're
see
getting
you.
paid in exposure.
We'll see,
We all take our clothes off.
We'll see you next Tuesday for some random shenanigans. Wednesday for some vampire. Thursday for Age of Intervention. Tomorrow for Star Wars.
Innovation.
Yeah. What did I say? Intervention? Innovation. Listen,
Ash,
brain.
Ash, please come sit at the table. Do you know why we brought you here today?
Age of Intervention. Oh my
I
I
made
like-
too
I like-
many
Problem,
authority
Ash.
figures uncomfortable.
I at one point I think it was you had said in the chat that you were like a musical Age of Innovation, and I was like
Yeah.
Age of Innovation. Oops, all bards.
Oops, all bards.
That'll be
Beautiful.
the next group.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, we'll see you next time. Until then, stay fey, be brave. The safe word is mango.
There is.
And praise the mother.
Praise the mother.
Bye.
Is this a mother?
Is this the mother?